name is Jason Knight, and I am a bladesmith. The bladesmith is basically a blacksmith who specializes in forging blades. My occupation before being a bladesmith was a dreamer, and that's all I did was dream about stuff. I never actually acted upon it. It's hard to face the reality of who you are, and you realize it's like, man, I'm going to either be a dreamer all my life or I'm going to be a doer. My wife really was the primary encouragement to do anything that I've done, and saying, hey, you know, here's the reality. She pushed me to make these things happen. Without that faith, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be making knives, I wouldn't be doing any of these things. About 12 years ago, I was kind of telling my grandma, I was like, you know, I really think I need to learn how to forge. And my wife was like, well, maybe you should go to the school. Because I was making a knife every now and then, but I didn't know about heat treating, metallurgy, nothing. So I did. 2001, I went to the school and just started making knives. And my boss, he's like, so when are you coming back to work? I was like, well, I'll come back next week. He's like, oh, okay, all right. So another week would go by, and I'd see him, I go, David, I think I need another week. He'd be like, I'm going to put somebody else in your spot. So, well, okay. So I making knives, and I brought like 5 of them to folks that encourage me and care about what I'm doing. So I showed the knives, sold them all. And then I made more. And then I went to a show in Atlanta, Georgia, and I sold those knives. And then I went to a show out in California, and I sold those, and I won an award. So I just kept making knives and getting published, and people began to see what I was doing, and it was something a little different than what the other guys were doing. They're different because I care more. I think about the design or the way they feel like they're intended to be used or held or carried or enjoyed. You know, most of the people who buy the knives, they like them because, you know, they like what I'm doing. They like how I interact with them concerning the knife I make for them.